What's up, people? Oh, jeez, what? This doesn't look like ASMT. Demo, you look a little different there. What's going on? This is not the title screen for ASMT, and I know Raocow made a few levels for ASMT, but I don't believe he's in the credits except for his own one. Whoa, this is like the Zombies Ate Our Neighbor's Town. I never really played that game, but I like this song, and it's like used in the beginning of Rupture in Reality, which is also a hack made by, or level made by this guy. Yeah, there's tight platformings and cloudy shenanigans that it's kind of hard to tell. Alright, it's pretty obvious by now that I am not commentating currently, but this part's fairly simple for the sake of this hack is concerned. Yeah, you might already notice what's going on here and what I may or may not have accomplished. I don't know what I was thinking. It was going to be a 100 subscriber special, and I already was thinking about doing this anyway, but then once Evil Guy yesterday, he pointed out to me that I was like 3 subscribers shy of 100, and I knew I've been getting like a bunch like each day, like it's pretty awesome actually, but I didn't notice the actual numbers, and he pointed that out, and I'm like, that's awesome. This will tie in really good with my, you know, what the hell-ing it up, and I really didn't plan on doing what I did, but for some reason I saw that maybe I could do it, and then I figured I'd get to a point where I'd be like, no, this is impossible for me, and I did a few times, but considering how much I pulled off, I was like, maybe I can. I liked that, it was interesting, but it did trap me up at first. Whoa, hey there, guy! Are you a bad enough dude to help Demo get out of hell in time to catch her Seinfeld reruns? I hope so. That's awesome. I like the horse thing going on there, but it looks kind of like a llama. But that music, I believe it's from Katamari, and, you know, I never played the game, but it's also from yet another Mario World. That's where we first heard it. Look at them hills! Yeah, I kind of looked at them all day today. Ouch, that was kind of sad to say. But, music, it is Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers! I was definitely a Power Rangers fan when I was a child, but now I just like this song because, you know, the show is kind of... I don't know, I haven't seen it recently, but I'm assuming it's childish and cheesy, so I left that in. And now we have La Wanda music, and I never played that game, but as you can see, the cats in jars, they can only be spun jump, and I think that's pretty awesome, actually. It really adds a neat touch to the hack, and, you know, I already knew that, so I don't know why I hung back, and the guy, yeah, he doesn't come back. Holy poop, first stage in an ice stage? Seriously? Curse my bare legs and feet. Yeah, I think that's almost a Super Mario Omega reference, because I remember in the first episode of that, Raocow was like, oh man, it's a grass town for the first world and level and stuff, and yeah. I don't know what's going on with the background. I think it's like an egg or something. I don't know what happened there, but it really looks like I'm using rewinds, which obviously I didn't. But, yeah, because editing and stuff. I don't even have a rewind key set, so, you know, that's how stuff I did. And I was like happy to get there. It's like, dude, you'll be rushing that up in no time. I miss a 1-up here because I forgot. And yeah, Raocow was nice enough to leave a 1-up, just spewing about in this first level, because really, I don't know if I would have been able to do it with the 99 lives code without it, because I'm pretty sure I went well over 100 lives in this first section. And really, it's this first room, because the second room is not that bad, really, but it's getting past this guy that you may have seen him, or at least his dangling poop, that, yeah, yep, so I didn't really know what the springboard to do, because I hadn't played it in a long time, and I was using tools when I played it the first time, and I didn't really get that far either, so I'm going real slow, but I show all the new stuff pretty much, usually, if I remembered. But I have to say, yep, I found it. I have to say I did not show all the deaths, because that would have... Because this recording, I did in 2 parts, and both of them were about 3 hours, and that was the whole level, and most of it is spent here. Literally, 25 minutes is spent on the second section. That's how interestingly difficult it is, and here I'm thinking of how to do stuff, but I don't really have it really down, but I did. I was doing spin jumps, so that's how I ended up finishing it. But here I got the scathingly brilliant idea to use a jar in order to demise my foes, and I don't show it all, don't worry. I mean, I edited the crap out of these videos. That's why you get 21 minutes out of 6 hours or so. I don't know if it was exactly 6 hours or stuff, but get up here, and yeah, the best way to do it is to rush, but I didn't know that yet, so... Yep, and I wanted to show there was an invisible block there. I wanted to show I kept going there, because, you know, I only see those invisible blocks sometimes. You get stuck here, you're not really screwed, but you're screwed out of, like, progress, because, yeah, there's invisible blocks there. So, a mini montage until the next progress, which, you know, won't be for a while. But, you know, I show some things off, but considering how bad the lag is, I can't really tell what I'm showing off. So here, there's invisible blocks, like, everywhere. That's crazy town. And there's, like, poop here, too. There's lots of poop in this hack. And, you know, those candy bars, they are from Commander Keen. I believe the first 3, if I... And wow, laggy sounds because of how insane the difficulty is insane, but the death montage was also insane. You know it's bad when your death montage is insane and you didn't show probably maybe 20% of the deaths, because like at this point I'm done showing like stupid deaths until right at the end, so I'm only showing progressful deaths, and there's me doing it slow. I don't know why I left the whole thing in there, but yep, there's me flubbing and trying to figure out. Oh yeah, I remember what the last one was. I was trying to get it where the one-up was, and that really wasn't working out too well. I'd get it like maybe like 3% of the time, so I was figuring the like maybe 15% of the other way was good. Here I do something really dumb. I don't know why I thought that was wall, but I thought that was wall, and I was like, wee, and then I didn't see that room again for a good hour. Yeah, I'm kinda embarrassed, but it's like, look what I did. I mean, I know it was not the best of ideas, and probably not good for my brain cells and whatnot, but I did it. I don't know, but I really like the music here, and I like the cat thwomps. They are pretty awesome, and I have no idea where the music is from, so pointing out with that would be awesome. I also like the palette. The palette is really neato. Yes, it is blue, and I got a 1-up, because, you know, 1-ups sometimes happen from coins. That's the one thing I like. Well, I mean, there's a lot of things I like about What the Hell, but there's a lot of coins thrown about in the form of teeth, of course, but there's lots of coins, and usually that's not something you see in a Kaizo hack. Usually you're not getting 1-ups from coins or anything, but yeah, the stuff I like about What the Hell is basically the type of difficulty it is. It's not something I've ever seen in a Kaizo hack before, and it really interests me, and I figure, you know what, at a certain point, I was like, I could do this. I really could actually maybe do this. Maybe not the other stages, but at least this, and I figured this would be a good 100 sub special, even though it like dragged on a while because I didn't really feel like fast forwarding anything, but yeah, there I was like, dumb. I don't know what's in that block. I think it's a power up, but I never actually saw it, so Yep, lots of deaths, and here I'm mostly only showing when I die a very painful death right at that pipe, so we get to see a little progress. It's really tough to get in that pipe, and here I barely know how to do that. There might be a way involving invisible blocks that I'll show later, but really you gotta do is rush it and then hop out, and mostly rush the whole thing, but you know, that here is stuff. I died here a majority of the times that I actually got out to this place. There's 3 thwomps and a thwimp. With ice physics, so it's really tough to side it and really tough to actually spin jump on top of everything. So, besides tanking a hit, which is what I did for the winning run, spoilers, I have no idea. I'm pretty sure ISO did it, but I don't know. When I was playing it, I could not figure out how to actually go through those thwomps and thwimp action without actually, you know. Not sure why I showed all this. No idea at all. I probably die quick, or maybe No, I just hang around a lot. I'm sorry, I did not edit this out. I feel a dumb now, but you get to hear that marvelous music some more before the actual winning run. I did that, and that was pretty much the closest I got by going below it. And, you know, I cannot see anything that's going on screen, but I'm imagining it's a death montage of sorts, because, you know, what else is in this video? Yeah, how many times that happened, where it just would not let me into the pipe, and stuff. Yeah, I just kinda hopped off casually. Lag. This is really slow lag. My thumbs hurt. Whoa. I apologize. There is an audio difference here. I may have to do something about that, but it's kind of already done, so I don't know what I'm doing about that. Hopefully I will, like, just talk louder, but basically that's when my headphones came out, and yeah, I went upstairs, and, you know, my parents were like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't know. When I start something, I cannot stop, and when I know I can do it, I just keep on a-truckin', baby, and I pull off shit like this, and I don't know if the commentary is gonna ruin it, like I've said in other videos, but who knows? If that's an opinion of yourself, you just let me know, and I'll slap that commentary right back off. If you want to just see the winning runs, I can do that. If you want them fast-forwarded, I don't know, but that wouldn't really change much about the video, so yeah. Great song. I was almost done. So yeah, very simple backgrounds, but I don't know. There's still I like the custom backgrounds whenever there is going on, which is a difficulty of mine, actually getting the backgrounds to work. And that time I timed it perfectly, and I could just keep on going. So it was pretty great. Pretty great indeed. So yeah, just jumping on some springs. That guy is easier to go above, or at least quicker, and see, that's how you do it. I could have just kept going there, but I was afraid, and then I had to, like, reposition myself. I finally saw that block, and that block contained nothing. But it is kind of helpful. I'm just, like, now mentioning this, but, you know, the HUD is kind of not there. That's pretty awesome. So here we get to see my marvelous, just trucking on through maneuver, but I still waited a whole lot, you know, just because. I was like, I know this is the winning run, but I might as well waste everyone's time, because I'm gonna fast forward it, right? No, I didn't really get around to all that. I really don't have the time. I have to get up early tomorrow. I kind of have a wedding, so, you know, there might or may not be a video tomorrow. I'm lying. There will definitely not be a video tomorrow, because I will be in Pennsylvania, and oh wow, I impress myself. I forgot that I got through there without taking a hit. So now we get to hear something marvelous, and I really, really like this. Hey there, Melted P-Switch, how you doing? Cut short out of fear. It is Yesterday by the Beatles, and I think I don't know. I thought I heard Raocow say he did not actually really like the Beatles, but he put it there as a song for the P-Switch, so that's good enough for me. But it's too bad every time I use a P-Switch in this hack, I'm afeared. And I like how the graphics are like the ASMT graphics, and then they were repurposed for ASMT because, you know, this hack is kind of crazy and probably not seen by a whole lot. There's some other colored liquids going on that are possibly attackful. It's grape soda, right? That's what the kids these days say, right? So I really got good at this for some reason, and by good I mean I pulled it off on the first try. Check it out. Check it out, I mean, like, do it already. And I did it already. I got through a double layer. So that's the only real double layer I was able to get through. The one later on this level, yeah. It's a bit tricky to get through, and I clearly have no idea how to do it without taking a hit. So that's how I got through the second half. I took a power-up hit. And I'm sorry for doing that, but I actually did not do it in the first run. Already I am like lying to myself and others about the cataboos. The cataboos are awesome. You can tell Raocow has an affinity for cats. There is a sunflower popping out of the water. It is pretty afraid-like. Those guys are snails. I don't know, like everything's custom in this hack. It's really neat. Well, except for like the foreground, but it's like a custom palette, so that's good enough for me. Those guys are very happy to see me, but I'm not so much, so I am going to shortly throw myself into a pit. Wait for it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ow. Yeah, I did that again, or something, or I died close to the beginning. That's what it was. I got 2 of them, you know. It was too quick for me to even see, and here I had nothing I could really do, so, you know. If it's timed a certain way, I believe it's impossible, but if it's timed a certain way, I believe it might be possible. Did that a few times dumbly. I really don't like that ledge, I mean, it's a good ledge, it does what it's purposed to do, but it tripped me up a little, so yeah, there's invisible cataboos, and I doubt it's sprite limitation because Raocow seemed to be good with that so far, except for a little bit of that trucking area that I was talking about that I didn't actually truck, and the Big Boo is pretty awesome too. Music, but it's another song, which I have no idea what it's from, but it's really neat. Probably like Fire Emblem or something. That's a really tight area. Music is loud. I apologize. I should have done something better about this, but I was just, like, so wanting to get it done type deal, so you can understand and forgive me for that, right? I did some crazy shit today. I'm a little tired. Hello there, Melting P-Switch, and another cataboo. Who's not a cataboo, but you're a cat, thwimp-like man. Hello there, cat thwomp. You are here again. Potobos are blue, by the way. That would consider them as like a custom of the palettes. Here I do some really dumb timing. It's like I was right there. That would have been the winning run, but I did that. So here's your winning run. 42 lives. That is how many lives I lost on this section. No, I lost. I must have been around 50 something. So I only lost like maybe 10-ish on the second half, and I did not edit that. I apologize. So, one more than whatever it was. So, yeah, comparing the sections, unless I suddenly had a skill boost going into that, I have to say they are a bit uneven, Raocow. Like, difficulty curve really matters in a hack like this, really, no, like, spoilers, it doesn't. I don't know what's going on over there, but there's lots of, like stuff missing, and there's like a texture palette, not palette, but there is an image going on there. You can just rush that. That guy will never get you unless you're like being dumb or something, by which I mean he could get you sometimes, but I was being smart about it for some reason. Yep, so cataboos are there, and we got this, and, you know, it's a good thing I seen this in an Anna Kitty hack beforehand, because that would have been a lot more scarier, and here it's times where I cannot do anything. I didn't get a fireball because you cannot get 2 power-ups in this hack, so it's following SMB1 logic, where you get hit, you got no power-ups, no matter what else you may or may not collected. Lag because of the screen, but not while I was playing, so lucky me. There's invisible blocks there for no real purpose. I used to think there was a secret exit below there with the spinny blocks, but it's just Kool-Aid, so, you know, and by used to... Why do I explain everything like that? I mean, I kinda saw some of ISO's playthrough, but that was about it, and, you know, people mostly, what they do is they use a tool at each room, and I really cannot blame them, because I don't know why I do the things that I do, but I did, so, you know, at least it's, like, something more different than other people's playthroughs, but, you know, that's how it goes. I actually saw someone do it already, so I am not the first. This Wyatt guy has also done it, and I commented on his video, so if you guys can, like, see my comments, which would be really awkward if you did, yeah, I left a comment on his video, but I figured I'd show off every little thing and go get those coins, and the last dragon coin for no reason, and hello there, Victory, you are so happy to see me. Or buy stuff. This was a aterraformer, and I have no idea where the secret is in there, but I think you need the Yoshi, because that's what ISO said. Yep. Look at them hills, look at them mountains. Happy winter place will be next time.